What's up guys, it's Aleks Dayum. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I'm sorry that last week I did not upload a video because I usually do upload a video every single week on the channel, so I'm really sorry about that. I was really sick last week. I was in bed literally all day, every single day, wasn't able to move. I was very lethargic, low on energy. I just felt shitty. I didn't want to record a video at all, so I took just that little bit of a break, but we're back again. We're gonna be uploading every single week, I promise. Every single Monday there's gonna be a new video, so really sorry about that guys. I wanna apologize, like I felt bad, but you know what, we're back. And I'm coming at you with another good video. So it feels like I haven't seen you guys in so long. It's been like 2 weeks, man, it's crazy. But yeah, it's good to be back on the channel, good to be back on YouTube. And so I've got a pretty interesting topic that I'm gonna talk about in today's video. But before we get into the topic of the video, I'm gonna show you a few things I had to get done today. And then later on, stick around, we're gonna talk about a very interesting topic. And pretty much with this topic, a lot of people, some people think it's a myth, some people think it works, some people think it does not work at all, don't even worry about it. But we're gonna discuss all the ins and outs of intermittent fasting later on in today's video. Alright, so grab your protein shake and grab a liter of water and also grab some carbohydrates for your workout and relax and enjoy the video. By the way guys, we are almost at 800 subscribers, so my goal before the end of this year is to hit 800 subscribers on the YouTube channel. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and join the squad. Alright boys and girls, so as you can see, my hair right now is super fucking long. I mean, look how long it is, look how far it goes down. It goes down to my freaking nose, okay? It's crazy, man. Even the sides are pretty freaking long, the back, all of it is just long as fuck. Look at this, right? It's just long, alright? Haven't cut it in a while, and I'm literally about to go get a haircut right now, and I'm gonna show you this little transformation. So, here we go, right? Alright, here we go. Transformation in 3, 2, 1. Woo! Alright, fresh cut has been achieved, as you can see. Man, my camera is pissing me off. It is not fucking focusing properly. Alright, but here we go. My hair is done. It's so much shorter on the sides and on the back. Hopefully shorter, a lot more nice, tidy and clean. I like it a lot. I miss this hair, man. I haven't had it this short in a while, and yeah, I just miss it. It feels good, feels so nice, fresh and clean. And yeah, I feel like it sort of boosted my confidence just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? When you get that fresh cut. But yeah, so yeah, got my hair cut, very happy with it. Let me know what you think. And yeah, do you prefer the long lion mane that I had before, or do you prefer the nice, neat and sharp cut that I have right now? By the way guys, we are almost at 800 subscribers, so my goal before the end of this year is to hit 800 subscribers on the YouTube channel. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and join the squad. Alright guys, so I just came back from the shops and I did some grocery shopping as well. I'll show you that after, but I'm just going to show you some food that I got now to eat because I'm hungry. And it's about like 1 o'clock right now. I'm going to have my first meal. And that is a perfect segue into the topic of this video, which I'm going to talk about later, which is going to be intermittent fasting, why I do it, some of the benefits, when I started, everything like that. But we'll get into that a little bit later, alright? So I've got some sushi hub here. This is going to be my first meal of the day. Not too sure how much I'm going to eat, but I got just a normal roll box. And check that out, man. So nice. Sushi is so good, but it's only good if you have soy sauce, so make sure you ask for extra ones. And I just got a single one right here. It's a chicken, crispy chicken with like cucumber. That's probably my favorite one, or just any of the chicken ones with avocado or cucumber is very nice. But yeah, sushi is fucking awesome. Nice bit of protein, good carbs, nice and clean. And yeah, I'm gonna eat this and then I'll show you after what I got from the grocery shop as well. Damn, I almost forgot to show you the best part. All that freaking soy sauce, boy. Get in ya. Alright guys, so I've eaten, I feel a lot better now. I'm gonna show you guys what I got from the from my little grocery shop run. Alright, so first thing, we've got some Hawaiian pizza rolls. I was just like craving these, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna get them. And these taste very nice, just eat them like this, or even put them in the microwave. I was just craving them, man, so I was like, I have to get them. I got these as well. So these are the bacon, cheese and tomato pizza rolls. Very nice, especially if you put it in the microwave. I got some snacks here, these rice crackers. These rice crackers are so nice. If you haven't tried them yet, definitely try them out, they're very good. Got some micronutrients, some fruit, got some royal gala apples. These are just like some mini apples. I think these will taste nice. What a surprise, it's another pizza roll thing. The last one I got, I swear. This is just mini cheese and bacon rolls. These are really nice as well. I was just craving them. I haven't had them in such a long time, so I was like, you know what, I've got to get them. We got some McCain hash browns. I'm super keen to put these in the oven, cook them and eat them, because these are going to taste really nice. Just some more carbs. Got some more fruit here. I just bought some pears because I already got some apples, got a bit of mandarins as well. Just got 2 mandarins right there. So yeah, that's our fruit. Alright, here I got a Chobani Greek yogurt. And if you see, this flavor is like a, I don't know, it's a limited batch, right? So I was like, you know what, might as well fucking get it if it's only around for a little bit. And I don't even know what the flavor is. It's caramelized fig. So, I don't know, man. Packaging looks cool, looks nice. Gonna try it out. Got some protein items here. Protein balls, cookies and cream. And also BSC low carb protein bar. They're about 20 grams of protein each. And they have a decent amount of fiber as well, which is good. So yeah, and they taste nice too. And last but not least, we got Kirk's sugar-free creaming soda. Oh man, I fucking love creaming soda, and the fact that it comes in sugar-free is amazing, because you can drink it and it's got 0 calories and it still tastes really nice. And I honestly prefer the taste of the sugar-free one, just because it's not as strong and heavy. It's more of a light taste, but it still tastes so good. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that I got today. Didn't buy too much stuff. But yeah, good amount of food. It was like less than $40 as well, so it's pretty budgety stuff as well. Last thing, I'll show you guys some supplements that I bought a few days ago. So these are all half price. So I got some daily fiber tablets. These gummies taste literally better than any lolly I've ever tried in my life, and they have no calories. So this is just fiber. Just to get some extra fiber in for the day. I take about 3 every single day. Fiber is really good for your digestion. And yeah, just having a high fiber intake, about 30 grams a day, is very important. So make sure you keep track of that. We got some men's multivitamin tablets right here. These are in the gummy form as well. Again, I don't like the hard casing tablet. I prefer a soft gummy like this, because your body is going to digest the ingredients a lot easier and a lot better, and you're going to absorb more of the actual ingredients and all the vitamins in there. And you've got so much different vitamins and minerals and everything in there. It's got so much there, and I take about 3 of those a day. And also here, I've just got some vitamin C tablets. Again, the gummy form, because your body absorbs these much easier than a hard casing sort of tablet. And this is literally just vitamin C. I take about 3 every single day. Vitamin C has a lot of benefits for you. It's very healthy for you. And obviously you can get it from fruit and everything like that, but this is just some extra vitamin C for the day. And these are just basically extras on top of all the normal stuff that I get in throughout the day, and it just helps out. And they were about like $10 a pop each, so because they were half price, so it was definitely worth it. And also, if you're enjoying the video so far, make sure you smash the like button. I am a bit of a smaller channel, so you doing something just as simple as like taking 1 second out of your day to smash the like button does help a lot. It helps bring the video out to more people and spread to more people. So if you found it helpful and you found it entertaining, maybe other people will too. So just make sure you smash the like button before we get into it. Alright guys, so today we're gonna talk about intermittent fasting. Now, you'll have a lot of people that say intermittent fasting is bullshit, it doesn't work, it's just like a myth, a theory, and then you have some people that will die by intermittent fasting, like literally will tell you that it is the absolute shit, it is the way to go, you have to do it, everyone has to do it, it's the only way to lose weight, it's the best way to lose weight. So I see that there are both sides of the argument. So today I'm gonna clear up a little bit about intermittent fasting, my experience with it, why I did it, the results I got, and also talk about why I still do it to this day. But I'm also gonna draw a conclusion on intermittent fasting and bring it back into reality. It is not a secret, it is not a hack, it is not a like cheat code where you instantly get shredded and lose weight. It still requires work and effort from your part, and the main thing is obviously going to be tracking your calorie intake. But we're gonna get into it, right? So let's first talk about what is intermittent fasting. So intermittent fasting came into like the fitness scene a few years ago, right? And basically what it is to explain in very simple terms, you have an eating window and you have a fasting window, right? So during your fasting window, a typical fasting window would be about 16 hours and a typical eating window would be about 8 hours, right? So that together totals obviously 24 hours in a day, okay? Now, for example, let's say you start eating at 12 o'clock every single day and your 8-hour eating window would be up to 8 p.m. So you would only be able to eat between 12 p.m. and 8 p.m. every day, and everything outside of those hours is your fasting period, which means you cannot consume any sort of calories at all. The only thing you can have is water, maybe sugar-free gum because it has no calories, and you can probably have coffee but no milk, and you can't put sugar in it either because you literally need to be fasting 100%, no calories consumed during that point. Oh geez, man, my shoulder just popped. I've been having some like stiff neck issues and all that, but anyways, yeah, that was a nice pop, man. That felt really relieving. Now, the 16-hour fasting window and 8-hour eating window, that's your typical sort of plan. You can also do like a 4-hour eating window, you can do a 6-hour eating window, but usually 8-hour eating window is the largest window of eating time you're gonna wanna have. And I would say it's probably the best one to go for. And basically the whole concept behind the intermittent fasting is during your fasting period, you increase your leptin levels and you're supposed to burn more fat. It's meant to give you a lot of benefits. The fasting period is meant to help with your energy levels once you get used to it, and also your mood as well, just your sort of mental clarity, and it's meant to make you feel better mentally and physically as well. And also you can have points where you actually do your training sessions fasted as well. So this is like no food, empty stomach, and at the beginning it'll probably suck, but once you get used to it, your body adapts to not having food in your stomach and you can still train pretty hard. But honestly, from my personal experience, I'm definitely weaker when I train fasted. Even during that point where I was used to it, I was still weaker, man, and I wouldn't recommend it. But yeah, some of the main benefits would be with your heart health and your blood health and your brain benefits as well, like, you know, with your mood and everything, like your mental clarity. And so let me talk about my experience with intermittent fasting, and I'm also this is a bit of a story time, right? Like I'm gonna tell you about the time when I first ever started dieting. So I started lifting about 5-6 years ago, right? When I was 16, that's when I started lifting, and my diet back then was eat everything I could see that I could eat. Like, I was just eating as much as I could every single day because I wanted to gain as much muscle as possible and didn't really care about how much fat I would gain. So I did that for about a year, and I did gain a lot of muscles. Because I was training so consistently, eating so much, and because I was in that noob phase, you make gains so quickly, and I was capitalizing on those gains because I was eating so much in a bulk and I was training so hard and so consistently. So I really built up a good solid base, right? And then I actually watched a Mike Chang video, and he talked about, what he mentioned was like, it was a really good point. I was literally sitting there, you know, when you have recess in high school, no, I think it was maybe lunch, and I was just watching this Mike Chang video, and I was like eating food, and I was pretty like, I had decent muscle, but I had a bit of fat on top as well. Like, I didn't look like shredded or anything. I wasn't very defined. And I'm sitting there on the bench, and I'm watching this YouTube video on my phone, and he's just basically talking that like, you don't look as good even though you have a lot of muscle if you have a lot of fat covering it. So basically his point was like, you need to get lean if you really want to like get the girls and, you know, like actually get a good physique. I was like, fuck man, that's so true. So from that day I decided, okay, I'm gonna like start dieting, lose some body weight and look better. And the approach that I found, based on like what I did with my research back then, was obviously counting calories was the absolute #1 most important thing. That's what I found from my research. That's the only thing that really concretely like works every time, no matter what. So I was like, okay, you know what? I watched a Jeff Side video, and he was like, he cuts on about 2,000 calories. So I was like, man, if Jeff Side cuts on 2,000 calories, I'm pretty sure that's a pretty good amount to cut on. Now looking back on it, I probably shouldn't cut on such a low amount. But doesn't really matter because I was 16, no, maybe 17 now, and I started tracking my calories, and I also learned about intermittent fasting from the Hodge twins as well. So I sort of combined all these different like information pools and combined it into my own. So I did what I was decently chubby, right? I was like, okay, I'm gonna start dieting. This is what I did. I started on 2,000 calories every single day, and I started intermittent fasting, and I think I did about an 8-hour eating window to about 16 hours, just like your regular one. So I would eat from like maybe 1 o'clock till 9 o'clock, something like that, rough estimate. I can't remember exactly. Maybe it was 11 to 7, but it doesn't really matter. The eating window, you do it whenever it suits you, right? So that, whatever worked for me back then, that's what worked for me. And I literally was doing the calories. I was counting my calories. I was hitting 2,000 every single day. And I was also doing some extra cardio. Excuse me about that. I was doing some cardio every single day. And I was also weightlifting as usual. And man, no joke, like it actually fucking worked. I couldn't believe it because like I took photos and stuff back then. I don't know if I still have them though on my old phone, but like I went from like a pretty chubby, like buffed up dude with like some muscle but fat on top, and within like a month and a half to 2 months of doing that every single day, consistently doing the cardio, 2,000 calories and intermittent fasting, I full got like decently lean and decently shredded. Like, but I got, because I was eating such a low amount of calories, I got to a point where I was very shredded, but I was also very flat as well. Like I didn't have much muscle mass, but that's also because I was a noob in the gym. Like I had only been training about maybe 2 years, so I still didn't develop that like proper foundation of physique and muscle. But that's sort of my story and how I went from being just like a chubby dude, and the next day, literally the day I decided, I switched to counting calories, intermittent fasting, and man, it worked like a fucking charm. Plus the cardio and all the calories I was burning from lifting weights, it worked tremendously. And I looked like a completely different person. I had changed my physique, right? And you guys can do the exact same. I promise you 100%. It's like, I want to say that it is easy, because it sort of is easy in terms of you can have a very structured plan, and if you have the correct plan and you stick to that plan, that's the most important part. If you stick to a correct plan, it will work 120,000%. It worked for me, like, and I couldn't believe it. Like back then, you know, when I was shopping, I was like, is this counting calories shit really gonna work? Like intermittent fasting, all this sort of stuff, is this even gonna like benefit me? Man, stuck to it, took photos, and it worked 100%. So that's and then, okay, so going on from there, we're still talking about intermittent fasting, right? So I actually kept doing the intermittent fasting even when I was bulking, and I went a bit extreme, guys, and I actually went to a 20-hour fasting window and a 4-hour eating window. And I was doing this like, because basically in high school, I was doing this during high school. So, you know, we would have lunchtime at around 1 or 1:15, 1:30 p.m. So that's when I would actually start my eating window, around like 1:30, and I would stop eating at 5:30 or whatever it was, 4 hours after that. I can't remember exactly the specific time, but I would only eat for 4 hours in a day, and the rest of those times I was fasting. And I was also training, I believe fasted some days, where I would go home early, and then some days I would just train after I'd eaten, like after my eating window, so around 6 o'clock. And I would not recommend a 20-hour fasting window. If you're gonna do intermittent fasting, do a 6-hour eating window or do an 8-hour eating window, not a 4-hour eating window. It's just, you're fitting in too many calories within such a small eating window that you just get more bloated. And I think it's much better to have some calories pre-workout and some calories post-workout for more energy in the gym, and also to restore your glycogen levels as well, instead of waiting a whole day. And it's very restrictive with your eating, and you have to be like pretty much at home or ready to eat between your, it's a bit too restrictive on your lifestyle, I'd say. So I've moved to a more balanced approach with the intermittent fasting. And I do intermittent fasting, but I don't do intermittent fasting. What I mean by that is I start eating at 12 o'clock, around 12 o'clock, 1 every day. If I'm like super hungry at 11, I'll grab a little snack and I'll have my main meal. But I don't really stop eating at a certain time, and there's a very specific reason for this, and it's the restrictive lifestyle part of it. So if I was to say I have to stop eating at 8 o'clock every single day, that means, like, what if I want to go to the gym at 8:30? So that means I can't eat after the gym? Or does that mean, like, let's say I go to the gym at 8 o'clock. You know, what if I want to go to the gym at 8 o'clock when I'm supposed to have my last meal? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many things where, like, it puts too much of a time strain. You have to eat between a certain time. I fast in the morning because I don't like eating when I first wake up. I fast till about 12, 1 o'clock every single day. I find that really benefits me a lot, and I feel so good in the morning because I do fast and I don't feel sluggish. And because, you know, once you have like a cup of oats or once you have like some eggs or something, you can feel a bit more tired. I know I get it for sure, because your body has to start digesting and processing all this freaking food, right? Before that time period, you still feel good, energized, awake and alert, and you're in that fasting sort of zone, in that fasting mode where you feel good, especially with your brain alertness. Like, just having some caffeine is all I'll really have, and that has worked really well for me. You know, sometimes if I do finish eating at 8 o'clock at night, all right, sweet, no problem, then I'll fast till the next day. But, you know, if I go to the gym at 9 o'clock and I finish at 11, man, I'm gonna at least have like a protein shake when I come home or something. But let's say I ate all my calories before my workout, then I'm not gonna eat my calories after my extra calories after my workout. There's no point in that. So when it comes to intermittent fasting, right, that's sort of my story with it and how I went about it over the last like 5 to 6 years. Look, here's the thing, right? I guess a lot of people wonder, do you need to do intermittent fasting? No, you don't. Would I recommend it? I would recommend it, yes. And I would recommend you do the 8-hour eating window and 16-hour fast. Or I would recommend do it the way that I do, where you push your breakfast later on in the day, your first meal, to around 12, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, whatever suits you. For me, it's usually 12:30, 12 to 1, that's usually for me. And I'll eat my last meal around 8, 9, maybe 10 o'clock. If I have to eat my last meal at 11, 12, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna eat it to hit my calories and my protein intake and all my macro targets for the day. I guess what I'm trying to say here is your calories for the day and your total calories for the day is the king. That is the thing that you have to make sure you're on top of. Whatever your goals are, if your goal is to lose weight, you need to make sure you hit your calorie target and you don't go over. That's going to be so much more important than intermittent fasting, because you can intermittent fast and bulk. Because I did that, right? So intermittent fasting does not make you lose weight. It simply does not burn fat for you. No way in hell, because I was bulking while intermittent fasting, okay? Because I was in a calorie surplus. So sticking to your calories is the number one thing that you need to focus on. If you're trying to lose weight, you need to burn more calories than what you're eating. And same thing goes if you're bulking, right? I wouldn't even recommend intermittent fasting for bulking, because, man, like, you're having to eat, let's say you're trying to eat 3,500 calories in 8-hour eating window. Man, you have to be so on top of that, and you get very, very bloated. Like, when I was eating my 4,000 calorie big bulk, when I was doing my big bulk last year, I couldn't even start eating at 12. I had to start eating at 10, 11, because by the time you eat all that food and consume so many calories and your body's digesting it, and then you have to go work out too or take a pre-workout, it's just too much on your stomach, man, and you start feeling like really slow, sluggish, and it doesn't feel good either. So I know that I've went over a lot with this intermittent fasting thing, and it's sort of been all over the place, so hopefully you've been able to keep up with my OCD sort of going from one point to the other. But intermittent fasting, do you get all these like crazy benefits? Like, some articles out there, they talk like, man, you turn into like a Super Saiyan. I wouldn't say you turn Super Saiyan, but it definitely helps out, and it is a good benefit that you get from intermittent fasting. Do you have to do intermittent fasting? No, you don't. Is it beneficial? I think it is, especially if you're cutting. Also, it makes cutting easier, and here's why. Because let's say you start eating later on in the day, you don't have to worry about biting on snacks, or you only have to worry about eating during your eating window. And pushing that breakfast later on in the day helps a lot, because once you start eating, that's when you actually get hungry. You won't be hungry while you're fasting. You'll get so used to it that you're not hungry while you're fasting. You'll get hungry once you start eating. And then you finish with your eating window and you go back to fasting, and it complements having low calories, having a low calorie diet perfectly. They go hand in hand together so well, because you have that big fasting window and you have a small eating window where you spread out your 2,000 to 2,500 calories, for example, through that eating window, and it just works really well. And if you just wake up in the morning and have like a black coffee, or have like an Oxy Shred, or for me, I'll have an Amino Energy. That's my best choice of caffeine at the moment, always is. I've been having coffee lately, but I have been having it with milk, so I guess it does break my fast. But as I said, I'm not really intermittent fasting right now. I just have a later breakfast, and that's what works best for me. So I guess it's still technically mini intermittent fasting, however you want to call it. But yeah, so hopefully I've given you guys some good information. Hopefully you take something away from this. I'd say the main thing to take away from this is intermittent fasting does not turn you into Super Saiyan God, but intermittent fasting maybe turns you into like a smaller version of Kaioken. That's basically the way I would look at it. You know, if you're looking at it in like a Naruto standpoint, you're not gonna turn into QB mode where you're completely fused with Kurama, and you have the crazy cloak with this 6-path fucking orbs around you. You're not gonna turn into that Naruto, but you're probably gonna turn into like a 3-tail Naruto where he fought Sasuke. Yeah, where Naruto fought Sasuke at the Valley of the End in, you know, part 1. It's gonna help you, man, for sure, but it's not amazing. And again, I've said this so many times on my channel, but it's because like I keep saying it because it's really the most important thing you need to know. And calories are the king. Calories is what determines your results. If you're trying to burn fat, you can intermittent fast, but if you're going over your calories, you're not gonna burn fat, man. And the reason is very simple. It's because you can't go over your calories. If you burn 3,000 calories in a day and you're trying to burn fat and get fucking shredded, you have to eat less than 3,000. You can't even eat the same. You have to eat less. And intermittent fasting does help with that, and you probably will burn a little bit more fat, but make sure you're on top of your calories and your macros, and that is the number one thing that you need to focus on. So yeah, hopefully I went through intermittent fasting good and well. So if you have any questions about it, feel free to comment down below, and I'll if you have any questions, just shoot them in the comment section. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And yeah, so intermittent fasting, I still do it. Would I recommend it? I recommend you do it. It is good, but just realize that it can be restrictive on your lifestyle, especially if you do a small eating window. So I wouldn't recommend that. And yeah, good luck to you guys. Make sure if you're trying to get shredded, count those fucking calories, count those macros. And if you're trying to get big and bulky and make some big fucking gains, make sure you eat a lot, have a high protein diet, have a lot of fucking carbs, and make sure you train like a fucking beast as well. So yeah, do not leave without subscribing to the channel and joining the squad. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash the like button, and always remember to keep the pump.
Yeah.